Meet Rob. He's the newest member of the critically endangered Rhinoceros. You might be more familiar, however, with his other name, the Javan Rhino. Rob's dad is named Randall and Rob's mom is named Rachel. Randall and Rachel, say hi. Wally the White Rhino, Ink the Indian Rhino, Bob the Black Rhino, and Sam the Sumatran Rhino all come from various parts of the world to visit the newest calf.
Rob, these are your distant uncles.
Hey yo Rob, I'm Wally. How are you liking the Indonesian rainforest so far?
Yeah, you're actually really lucky to be living in a tropical rainforest. I'm Ink, by the way.
Rob, this is a great chance for a lesson. As Ink said, we live in a tropical rainforest. We used to be abundant in Northeast India and Southeast Asia. However, due to poaching, we only live here in Ujang Kulon National Park. Living in this climate zone means we receive high amounts of precipitation during the winter, more than 300 millimeters, with that number dwindling down to about 50 millimeters during fall. Their temperature is very stable, averaging around 26 degrees year-round with a margin of 1 degree.
We're endothermic and homeothermic, which means we regulate our own internal temperature with a narrow range through metabolic processes. This means that our internal temperature isn't dependent on the environment, thankfully. If it was, then our body temperature would drop down more than 10 degrees and we would freeze up and die.
Hey, where's Rob?
Oh, I saw him heading out with Sam some 10 minutes ago.
What? With Sam? Oh no, I gotta find him as soon as possible. What in tarnation? Sam, what are you doing?
I was teaching Rob how to fight bamboo.
Bamboo is a plant. You don't need to fight it. You'd only need to hunt anything if you're a carnivore. But us Javan Rhinos are herbivores. We only feed on vegetation. However, we prefer softer greens such as figs. If a plant is too high, we can use our horn to hook onto it and bring it down so we can eat practically anything. We also have a special immune system which allows us to consume otherwise toxic plants.
You know what us rhinos do when we're hot? We roll around in mud wallows, which helps keeps us cool, keeps those pesky little insects from biting us, and even gets rid of parasites.
Yeah, that's actually a behavioral adaptation. If there isn't a big enough mud wall nearby, we can use our horns to make one ourselves.
The horn, that's the structural adaptation, right?
Yes, sir. You'll also communicate by spreading bodily secretions throughout the environment to display dominance or protection of territory.
You know, Rob, you're lucky to be born. I wonder, have your parents given you the talk about the birds and the bees?
Sam, it's a good idea to tell him about it. Hey Wally, do you want to do the honors?
My pleasure, Randall. Let's see here. You'll reach sexual maturity once you're 10, but females reach it anywhere between 5 to 7 years. You Javan Rhinos have extensive courting practices much like us. The dominant male gets the female. Eventually, you'll have to fight other girls and assert your dominance. But y'all do something interesting as well. You make a sort of whistling noise. If you have the loudest whistle, you get the girl. If you need any tips, ask your pops here. His whistle was so loud I could hear him all the way in South Africa.
Oh, stop it. It wasn't that loud.
Anyway, y'all are viviparous, so around 15 months after you mate, out will come another little Javan Rhino. Your partner will wean the calf off anywhere between 1 to 2 years and can continue living with it for another 3 years, after which it will be an adult. The entire process is extremely slow, so the reproductive cycle can only occur once every 4 to 5 years.
Well, you see, humans started...
Not now, Sam. Let's talk about why we're important to our environment first.
Oh, I got this covered. I did a report on this on my freshman year of high school.
On Javan Rhinos?
Yeah, we were learning about different species and how they benefit the environment.
Alright then.
Alright, so if I remember correctly, you're a keystone species. Without you, the ecosystem would drastically change and lose a lot of its biodiversity. You eat around 50 kilograms of vegetation each day, allowing the forest to be healthy while allowing it to have more biodiversity. The maintenance of the forest allows photosynthesis to function at peak form, which means that the humans can benefit by getting the most oxygen possible. The wallows you dig are used for cooling down not only yourselves, but also many other animals in your ecosystem. Finally, because of the massive amount of foods you eat, your excrements have quite a lot of seeds that are dispersed.
Well, you do play an important role in your ecosystem, but Not everyone gives these the respect you deserve.
He's right. Javan rhinos are classified as critically endangered. There are only around 60 known individuals left, and they're all here in Ujung Kulon National Park.
Ga ga gu ga gu ga.
Hey, Ink, you're good with this stuff, right? Why don't you give it a go?
Alright, Rob, here goes. We've mentioned how humans benefit from the CO2 we advertently recycle, but they aren't the most rational beings. You see, they hunt us down for our horns. Why they do so is a mystery to all rhinos, us like. But from what we've gathered, our horns are used in traditional Asian medicine. In fact, it is believed to cure cancer. Of course, this isn't true, but those humans just don't see reason, which is why we're almost hunted to extinction. Your species, in specific, is one of the smaller ones. This combined with your relatively low reproduction rate caused you to reach the critical level you currently are. In fact, the last Javan rhino was hunted in Vietnam, 2010.
Now, Ink, we don't want to let a few rotten apples spoil the rest. Not all humans hunt us for our horns, and many are even taking steps to ensure our survival. Organizations such as the World Wildlife Fund are trying to remove the invasive species Orenga palm, which is in situ conservation, to allow for more rhino-friendly food to grow. They've also been trying to move a few rhinos to a new sanctuary outside of the volcano Krakatau's potential blast radius, which is outside of situ conservation.
The current population is actually stable, and the only reason we were decreasing is due to excessive poaching and human encroachment. I predict that if measures are taken, the orangutan population is checked, and some individuals are located to other larger environments, we could see an increase in population very, very soon.
Baba gaggle.
Humans have realized that the Javan rhino creates unique habitats within the rainforest by dispersing seeds, creating mud walls, and removing large amounts of understory plants. Losing it would mean a less diverse forest ecosystem, and it would mess up all the food chains and derail the equilibrium that there used to be. We are a keystone species after all.